Hello, good afternoon, Tribuners. Welcome back with me, Mutiara, in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here, the complete news. The first news comes from Jakarta. Anies Baswedan fulfills the summons of the Corruption Eradication Commission. DKI Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan answered the summons of the Corruption Eradication Commission on Wednesday, September 7, 2022. According to Tribunnews.com, monitoring Anies Baswedan arrived at the red and white building of the Jakarta Corruption Eradication Commission at around 26 minutes past 9 a.m. For 11 hours, Anies Baswedan underwent an examination at the Corruption Eradication Commission related to the allegation of corruption in the Formula E racing event. Head of the news section of the Corruption Eradication Commission, Ali Fikri, appreciates Anies' presence to fulfill the invitation of the investigative team in the context of requesting information and clarification of Formula E. Deputy Chairman of the Corruption Eradication Commission, Alexander Merwata, said that through the examination of Anies Baswedan, the investigative team wanted to know in more detail how the planning process to the implementation of Formula E was held on Saturday, June 4, 2022 in Ancol. The Anti-Corruption Commission has been investigating this case since the end of 2021. A number of parties have been questioned, such as the chairman of the DKI Regional People's Representative Council, as well as PDIP politicians Prasetyo Edi Marsudi and Syahrial. Then the Deputy Chairman of Commission E of the DKI Jakarta Regional People's Representative Council from the PSI faction, Anggara Wicitra Sastro Amijoyo, and former Secretary of the Ministry of Yacht and Sport, Gatot S. Dewa Broto. During the dozens of hours he was at the Corruption Eradication Commission, it seemed the moment Anies Baswedan arrived without an aide escort. Anies Baswedan also brought a blue folder and brought his own microphone. DKI Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan responds to the call of the Corruption Eradication Commission without adjutant escort. The next news is Azwar Anas has been officially appointed as a Minister of State Apparatus Empowerment and Bureaucratic Reform. Azwar Anas was officially inaugurated as Minister of State Apparatus Empowerment and Bureaucratic Reform on Wednesday, September 7, 2022. The inauguration was carried out by President Joko Widodo directly at the State Palace. After being officially sworn in, Joko wants Azwar Anas to accelerate the implementation of bureaucratic reform. According to Jokowi, Azwar Anas already understands what must be done now as Minister of State Apparatus Empowerment and Bureaucratic Reform. Previously, Jokowi said that the election of Azwar Anas as the new Minister of State Apparatus Empowerment and Bureaucratic Reform was due to his track record. Azwar Anas has done many things while serving as Regent of Banyuwangi, such as innovation in the field of public services and other innovations. Meanwhile, Azwar Anas said he was ready to support the priority targets set by the government. This includes, for example, priority targets such as how to bureaucracy is seriously involved in handling poverty, stunting, and so on. Furthermore, Azwar also said that he would continue to encourage the digitization and integration of government programs and activities. This includes programs to eradicate extreme poverty and government procurement of goods and services. As well as also emphasizes the importance of cooperation between the central and local governments in improving the quality of public service. The next news is, students at Indramayu demonstrate against rising fuel prices. The violent demonstrations were again held by students in Indramayu Regency on Wednesday, September 7, 2022. Carrying a number of banners regarding the rejection of the increase in the subsidized fuel prices, students from the Indonesian Islamic Student Movement Group came to Indramayu Regional People's Representative Council. According to the coordinator of the action, Roy Hanafi Wibowo, the student action was purely for the benefit of the wider community. Roy Hanafi Wibowo assesses that the government will increase the price of fuel oil without seeing the broad impact. He continued, the government seemed to equalize between the lower economic community and the upper economic community. This is why students from the Indonesian Islamic Student Movement Group took the streets yesterday to stage a demonstration. Students want to remind the government that the policy of increasing fuel prices is not a good thing. There were at least 4 demands submitted by students at the demonstration yesterday. The request has also been signed by the chairman of the Indramayu Regional People's Representative Council to support the aspiration of the student. After signing the agreement, the students were known to disperse in orderly manner. The following are 4 student demands to the Indramayu Regional People's Representative Council. First, firmly reject the policy of increasing subsidized fuel prices. Second, urge the government to firmly, in writing and earnestly, to eradicate the mafia of fuel oil. Third, urge the government to immediately implement a targeted subsidizing policy. And the fourth, encouraging the government to open up community involvement in the distribution of subsidized fuel oil. The next news comes from Pangandaran. The tour guide in Pangandaran lost and drowned while guiding a group of students. A tour guide in Pangandaran disappeared because he drowned while guiding a group of real-world college students from the Muhammadiyah University of Tasikmalaya. According to information received by tribunjabar.id, this guide named Abdul Rahman, who is 38 years old, is a resident of Cikijing Hamlet, Sindang Sari Village, Cimerak District, Pangandaran Regency. Rahman was declared missing in the upstream of the Grand Canyon River, Pasir Serai Block, Petrol Hamlet, Sukajaya Village, Cimerak District. The incident of Rahman's disappearance occurred on Tuesday, September 6, 2022 at around 4 p.m. o'clock. The coordinator of the Pangandaran Search and Rescue Post, Edwin, said that the victim went missing when he was a body rafting tour guide for the real-world college student. Then at around 4 p.m. o'clock, while guiding swimming, the victim was gone. The search process was immediately carried out by the community and the Cimerak sector police, but the victim has not been found. The next news comes from Ternate. A student in Ternate missing for 4 days. The head of the North Ternate Police Sector, First Inspector Shamsul B. Rosonging, said His members were looking for a female student who was reported missing for 4 days. The student named Putri Eriwanti is 19 years old, who is a resident of Salero Village, North Ternate district. Putri has not returned home for 4 days. With this concern, her mother Rosmawati Pora immediately reported to the North Ternate Sector Police. The former head of the intelligence unit for the Sula Island Resort Police also appealed to the public if they know or see Putri's whereabouts, they can contact the nearest police department or the victim's family. On the other hand, according to him, in addition to members having received reports, later members will also search for Putri. The next news is, cheap market will be held for 1 week in Ambon. The cheap market in Ambon in endeavor to control inflation in Maluku will last for a week, namely until the 13th of September 2022. This was conveyed by the chairman of the team of governors for the acceleration of the development Maluku province, Hadi Basalamah, during a visit to the cheap market in Wayame, Ambon on Tuesday, September 5, 2022. He continued, the staple food market operation is a collaboration between the Maluku Province TPID and entrepreneurs in order to support the national movement for food inflation control in Maluku Province. Basalamah added, after a week of market operations, it will be re-evaluated. It is known that the cheap market was held in 5 places, namely the Paso Transit Market, Mardika Market, Batu Merah Market, Gudang Circle Market, and Wayame Market. Various basic ingredients are sold, namely sugar, rice, red onions, and nuts, as well as cooking oil, kale, and skipjack tuna. The market operation also involved a coordination forum for Maluku regional leaders with the Indonesian National Army or Indonesian National Police, the Maluku High Prosecutor's Office, and the Representative Office of Bank Indonesia Maluku, as well as working with the public company Bulog Divre Maluku and North Maluku, Gema Fortune, Ferries, Kembers, Etanan Light, Tri Samudra, and Mitra Tani. The last news is, the summer comes, 10 of hectares of land in Ogan Ilir burned. Entering the middle of summer this year, land fires hit the Ogan Ilir area, South Sumatra. The Regional Disaster Management Agency noted that until September this year, tens of hectares of land in Ogan Ilir were burned. This was conveyed by the head of the Regional Disaster Management Agency, Ogan Ilir, Edi Rahmat, through the head of the Emergency Management and Logistics Section, Rulianto Panda. Land fires began to hit Ogan Ilir since last May, when the intensity of rain was very low. In a period of 4 months, there have been at least 15 land fires handled by the Ogan Ilir Regional Disaster Management Agency. Well, I think that's all the news for today with me, Mutiara. Don't forget to follow us in YouTube Tribun Lampung News Video channel, Tribun Lampung Facebook account, Tribun Lampung Instagram account, and Tribun Lampung TikTok account for further information. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.